So, Hunter x Hunter, chapter 412. Last time we left off with, Kurapika basically lying or telling the truth, I don't know. But he basically said that Prince Wobble was not eligible to, the succession war. But basically, it sounds like he's protecting him, right? But yeah, let's see. So, chapter 412, title, question. So we have the black whale ship, I mean. Yeah, I can see the smoke. Approximately 1.5 months remaining until the new continent. Yeah, that's right. I just kind of forgot, but yeah. So before they head to the Dark Continent, they're heading to the new continent, and basically the new continent is the land before the Dark Continent, right? And I don't know if there is people living there or not, or or if it has been explored already. I can't really remember, right? But they're still way far from society, right? So the new continent, it was basically they had to meet somebody there, right? But yeah, I might need to recap on that, right? But yeah, basically they're heading to the new continent, and yeah, I think one plan was to have the people thinking that the new continent was the dark continent, right? And then the real ship would go to, I don't know who plan was that. I think it was Beyond's plan, or the Hunter's plan maybe. But yeah, basically they will want people to think that the new continent is the dark continent, right? Or am I tripping? But yeah, we see some guards here. That's basically Kurapika's room, right? 5 hours before the issuance of the special martial law, so he's still back in time, right? The 14th prince is not participating in the succession war. Then we have all of these characters. Remember her from last time, right? Then we have these two. These two are important. But yeah, babe, that's what I'm talking about, right? There's so many fucking characters. But yeah, should I read it to the left or down? I think it's down and then left, right? Hey, hey, ha 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 ha, hey, hey. No matter how you look at it, that lie is way too sloppy. Who was that? That's basically him, right? I can't remember his name. Oh, it was basically the guy from last chapter, the one who exposed himself, right? Yeah, crazy poker face Bakurafika. If the lower ranked princes manage to escape until the deadline, do they have a chance to survive? If the lower ranked princes manage to escape until the deadline, what does that mean? Escape? But the 14th prince wasn't participating in the succession war from the start, and now he's saying, well then, let's begin the end classes. What? Did you think if you confuse us by manipulating information, we'll just let the bullshit lies like that slide? That's what I like about these side characters. They can think for themselves, right? But yeah, and the last thing he said, the thing he said last time about the lower ranked princes being able to survive, or if they don't survive, or something else, right? That basically could also be just a lie, right? There isn't a single lie, of course. The part of the restrictions is my own deduction, but I'm confident. Okay, so it's not 100% sure, right? And we can hardly afford to wait until it's proven right. It's proven can be. Take that back with you, and each of you come to your own conclusions. And only those who wish to participate in this class should return here. Damn. Oh, I forgot to read that. I'll give you a grace period. The classes will be rescheduled to start 10 hours from now. Oh, so basically it's giving them time to think. So 10 hours from now. So basically, the next NEN class that's about to happen is basically after the martial law. So basically, all of these people in the class will not come back, right? Oh, then we're back in time again. So basically, not 2 days, 2 days. We have the black shift to think he will scheme to slip his own child in among the princes. Beyond fucking Israel, what? Searching for the person responsible is important, but right now, more than that, must identify the cursed target of Bjorn's biological child who cast the curse and dispelled the curse on the 14th prince. But so basically, Prince Orpal is the prince who is beyond Israel's child, or what? Searching for the person responsible is important, but right now, more than that, must I must identify the cursed target of Bjorn's biological child who cast the curse and dispelled the curse on the 14th prince. Yeah, so basically Prince Opal also has the land curse by Bjorn Netzel, right? She's kinda nervous. I swear to you, you guys basically have sex, what? I swear to you, I have no connection to Bjorn whatsoever. If you must use your chain to prove my innocence. What? So basically, she has his child, but she can't remember him being together with him, or what? Ew. Fuck. Please rest assured, I don't suspect you at all, nor do I feel the need to verify it. Is it basically confirmed that Prince Opal is the beyond natural child, or nah? Is am I confused? Yeah. Shimano, please prepare our meals while you still have the chance. Yes, basically discussing about something. This is very difficult to say, but shut the fuck up. My name is not Shimano, it's Shimano. Bro, shut up. Hmm. That's why I've been calling you Shimano, right? It's new. No. Bush. I think it's probably impossible for Kurapika to this. Bro, I can't even pronounce it. Distinguish or pronounce the difference between the three vowel blends and two vowel blends of the Karking language. So basically, he doesn't understand the Karking language. That's right, right? Oh, is that so? I'm just trying. The Karking language has a unique male sounds and female sounds. If you say Shimano, it ends up sounding like a male's name, but you manage to say it correctly every now and then, so don't worry about it. Even if you tell me to not worry about it, after letting me know that, I apologize for making you feel uncomfortable. But this whole section, so basically I mean, the kid, the fucking child, I mean, is beyond Israel's child. And basically they have to dispel the curse. And what's with the... Remember he made a deal with another beyond Israel's children? And basically she wants to kill Warper, right? Because she wants to find out who beyond Natural's child is and just get rid of him. And Kurapika could obviously not tell her the truth, right? But he made a contract, so how the fuck would that go? Kurapika. Actually, there's one thing that has been bothering me for a while. Ooh, they're fucking talking about what? Don't tell me. Queen. Yes, what is it? Regarding the matter with Beyond from earlier, it is indeed just as the Queen said. It will be best to completely resolve the problem here. May I demonstrate my change so there's absolutely no room for doubt left? Ooh, so basically they have some kind of plan or what? Of course, that will put my mind at ease too, so please do. Thank you very much. Bro, Beyond has some crazy curse on her too or what? And the chain. First I'll ask some meaningless questions to establish a baseline. Please answer with yes or no. Is that alright? Yes. You're a man? No. You are 2 years old? No. You're a woman? Yeah. You're a mother? Yes. Now then, please answer yes to all of the questions I asked of you. You're currently flying in the sky? Yes. You're currently on a ship? Yes. So basically it will swing every time she lies, right? You're currently on a ship? Yes. That's truth. You're currently riding a tank in a tank? Yes. Your only child is the 14th prince. So basically she doesn't have any more children, that's what but the, he noticed something. The prince sleeping over there right now 2 months ago yes, I held them at the hotel room where the interview took place. Whoa, do they have suspicion of the baby being fucking replaced? What? This prince sleeping over there right now. 2 months ago, I, yes, held them at the hotel where the interview took place. What? She. He said something. She already said yes before he even finished the sentence. Oh. Is he basically saying something and then finishing the sentence in his head? Or what the fuck is going on? Or did he say it after she said yes? And she's shocked. What the fuck is going on? Opal is my child. Bro, I'm getting confused. Okay, he has a shocked expression. Then we have the baby. Opal is my child. She's shaking. Maybe she's lying. What the fuck? And the chain. Queen, to my question, will you answer yes? Why? Did you know that it was Shimano? What the fuck? Bill, regarding the Queen's pronunciation, notice the difference between. Whoa. Is it because he fucking pronounced the fucking prince wrong or what? Bro, the fuck? Queen, to my question, will you answer yes? Why she's shaking? Did you know that it was Shimano who what? Bill, regarding the Queen's pronunciation, notice the difference between male and female sounds. The female pronunciation of boom, which mixes in a slight frictive sound, and the male pronunciation, which is made without bringing the upper and lower jaws together, are relatively distinct. At first, the Queen used the neutral boo sound, but at some point she began alternating between the two. That made me think, huh? Which is how I first noticed. Of course, I barely paid any. Bro, is this fucking Hisoka? What the fuck? Who the fuck is this? Bro, am I seeing fucking things or what? Isn't this is fucking Hisoka? What the fuck? Bro, is this fucking Am I reading the fucking wrong pages or what? So basically, they're talking about the pronunciations. Uh, but why is that relevant, right? At first, the queen used a neutral boo sound, but at some point, she began altering between the two. That made me think, which is how I first noticed. Notice what? Of course, bro, this is fucking Hisoka. Of course, I barely paid it any mind. It is a truly trivial difference, as there are plenty of native speakers who can differentiate with them. The queen began using those two pronunciations shortly after we set sail. But is the queen fucking Hisoka? That's fucking. I recall, wasn't it right around the time Kurapika first used his chain ability, but earlier, when the topic of Shimano came up, to prepare for the unlikely event that you questioned by my chain, to prepare for the unlikely. To prepare for the unlikely event that you were questioned by my chain, so that you could speak the truth without making the chain swing. You used them selectively to differentiate between a lion and a boy, didn't you? For the moment, you had to say, "He's my child." Whose child is he and where's your. Ooh, so basically they exposed fucking. This is not her child. For the moment, you had to say, "He's my child." You used them. Bro, what the fuck? To prepare for the unlikely event that you were questioned by Methane. But this is tripping me out because. Why the fuck is this okay? Or is it just a mistake? Use them selectively to differentiate between a liar and a boy, didn't you? For a moment, you had to say, "He's my child." Whose child is he and where is your daughter right now? The child is my younger sister's son. Bro, this is getting too deep now. My daughter is currently entrusted to that. So basically, yeah, this child is not fucking. It's not a fucking prince, right? My daughter is currently entrusted to that sister's care. I truly do not know where they are. During the seat ceremony, the one who placed her hand into the urine was my daughter. Oh, so, yeah, so basically they swapped, but still the translation part, I still got her confused. Is it because she was able to say "he's my child" without lying because she basically could say it in another, yeah, in another way because the Kakin language, but yeah, that got me a little bit confused on top of that fucking Hisoka. Why the fuck is Hisoka explaining this shit? During the season ceremony, don't. Afterward, we brought the children to at their hotel. So the one who attended the ceremony was my sister's son. Therefore, neither this child nor my daughter possesses the qualification to participate in the succession war. So basically, they fucking glitched the fucking system. Initially, I believe not participating on the bill was impossible. I thought non-participation would make. So basically, the fucking other child is who got swapped, the real one, right? He's still in the fucking succession war, right? But he's in another fucking place. How the fuck is he alive, right? I thought non-participation will make us target for elimination, so we will appear to be participating on the surface, and if push came to shove, I will confess that we lacked the qualifications and beg for forgiveness. Bros, they basically sacrificing the child, right? Because imagine a prince does not fucking believe that shit, right? I felt that in order to survive, I had no choice. But it is actually a big brain move, right? But still, you're still sacrificing this baby. That is what I thought. Which is, it is as you heard. There's no lie in the Queen's words. Ooh, shit. We are outsiders. And this basically happened 48 hours right before. So basically, this is before Kurapika's big announcement, and these two were to witness it. The Vast Sea, the Black Ship, 10 a.m. So this is we're we're not we're still back in time, right? Beep 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 beep. The only ones who withdrew are the second Queen soldiers who are not taking the class, as the operation failed. So basically, we still have these left, and these two. If only either the private soldiers of the first Prince Benjamin or the third Prince, whatever Zhang Lei right, had withdrawn. I thought the announcement that the 14th Prince Warble is disqualified from the succession war will gain more credibility, and the danger of her being targeted will drop significantly, but it's not that simple. However, for now I'll just proceed with the development of Nenkel abilities as originally planned. The first Prince private troops and the third Prince private troops have confirmed that the Prince Warble is a boy. And they basically confirmed that it's a boy, right? And the fact that our story is true has been conveyed to them. Just being removed as a target for the first Prince means the current danger has been significantly reduced. The reason they are fussing over succession rights, despite knowing the Prince is a different person, is simply because they think, well, then perhaps the Dragon League. What the fuck? Perhaps the Dragon leaked into her womb and she might actually possess the right of succession. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? A dragon leaked into her womb. Even if the first prince side tells the other princes, they won't believe it if there's no a change in this current situation. However, as long as the third and fifth princes feel I have utility value to them, our friendly relations should continue. I'm also holding on to the 10 Princess letter. I'll continue to demonstrate the power of Nin abilities just like this and keep proving that I possess even more and effective crucial information. Simultaneously, I must identify the targets of Beyond's children. As for the son of the one currently on the throne, the fact that he's not the real prince can be exposed through physical characteristics unless an official investigate body gets involved due to an assassination or poisoning. The risk of him being directly dragged into the succession war and having his life threatened is likely low right now. The problem is the daughter who isn't here. The curse Beyond supposedly placed on his disciples, that's true. If it's a powerful one that activates, I suppose, no more than them, and curses them to death, it will be instantaneous from activation to death, and especially defenseless. Baby who has no way to resist. The only way is to identify the cursor beforehand and eliminate them. So basically, this guy is fucking going after Beyond Ezra or what? Bro, the true identities of the remaining curses I heard about from the 5th Prince private troops, they haven't been told anything about who the curse is directed at or what the conditions are as expected. Is asking the source himself beyond himself the shortest path. Yeah, basically this guy's in prison, right? Bro, but he's moving all the strings. The top ship. So cool, right? A ship in a ship. Then we have the rich motherfuckers. Yeah. Ooh. Fucking beyond natural. What? Creek. What the fuck is he? Oh, I thought Creek, and they're basically guarding him, right, so he doesn't come out. Yo, I've been waiting for you. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Is this a new character? Who the fuck is this? I'd like to speak with you in private, so could you step outside? Bro, this is a ice cold fucking. This is an unreasonable request. Are they going to fucking fight? Our job is surveillance and nitpicking. Wherever, whenever, whether it is a contract between a Supreme Court judge or an international police criminal, both are VIPs, so we can't let them go through without a thorough inspection. This guy basically, yes, Glaser, you can just listen from there. It's no problem at all. I got plenty of criticism to deal with. I'm just confirming the results. Well, the merit is that I'm actually tailing everything. First, the trial where the V5 side was suing you has basically has been successfully remanded via plea bargain. There will be no retrial consequently. The multiple crimes you committed during the New World Voyage Declaration broadcast will not be pursued under international criminal law. Well, everything was just transferred to the secret agreement with Karkin. Well, that was expected. The issue is the outcome of the ones I'm suing for. I recall there were about what is this blurred or what cases, right? It was it is 1047 cases. To give you the conclusion, as a result of a consider whatever deliberation of at the Supreme Court, they were all dismissed. Are you serious? Not even one before this? Did you really look at them properly, man? Yes. Bro, is this guy's right hand man or what? You must be mistaking this for a sloppy rush job, right? I personally looked through and thoroughly scrutinized all of them to make my judgments. How rude, how many months do you think I spent on this? Basically, this guy is his lawyer or what? In short, the Kakin Kingdom has absolutely no intentions of improving or guaranteeing even the bare human rights of its ordinary citizens, right? The respect for fundamental human rights is clearly stated in our constitution, though. We are suing precisely because it's not being put into praxis, you idiot. First of all, did you even clearly define the fundamental premise of what constitutes a human versus a citizen in writing? Damn. Unless you add a sentence stating the royalty and the populace together shall compromise the citizens, there's absolutely no way you'll ever win the trust of ordinary people, right? Bro, there's fucking crazy text. What? That had been already adopted prior to lawsuit. Kinesubi was already moving toward realizing equality in the wording constitution, specifically equality under enforcement of law for both royalty and citizens regarding the outcome of the succession war. Over there are copies of the judicial review of records regarding constitutionality or whatever for this case, along with the related constitutional amendments and revisions. Even if it's impossible to immediately judge all so-called royal crimes, once a revision goes into effect, we can expect a certain degree of deterrent effect, though I'm personally more concerned about the far greater downside, losing the psychological deterrent that vanishes once royalty is classified as citizens. Hey, 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 We have to check the contents of all of this first. Damn, what the fuck? This is old paper. There's no way you can actually scrutinize the legal documents. Just check to make sure there are no foreign objects mixed into the papers. An absolute king's single word is way faster and more effective than a constitution, huh? Let's see here. I'm well aware of how difficult it is to cherry pick the best of both dictatorship and democracy. Alright, I read it. Give me the next one. Too fast, you're actually lying. You're just skimming through it anyway. We aren't taking any request. I don't mind. This is finished? Damn. I don't mind. It's just a way to kill time until we disembark anyway. As long as it is printed text is anything is fine. To kill time, huh? I'll have you executed, you shitty old man. Even though I went out of my way to come here, doing my busy schedule, squeezing this in between the postponement of the ninth Prince trial. Did you all hear that? I've known him since he was wedding his parents, and this guy fucking beyond this row has fucking how many fucking people on his side, right? Did you hear? Bro, basically this guy has been planning since fucking 100 years ago or some shit, wedding his parents, and this the true character esteemed members of the Zodiacs like I care. Death penalty is fine by me. The fuck? Yeah, basically it's over. Shit. But I like this guy's design. And I don't know if we have seen him before. Basically this was all just text, right? And we just got revealed as basically this is not the fucking real child. And still, man, I need to see what happens after the martial law, but I think maybe some couple of chapters we will get just flashbacks right before everything happens, because the martial law is basically the climax, right? So everything will just happen at once, right? Because Prince Benjamin only has a couple hours to really live, and Hawkenberg too. Bro, we need to see fucking what Sir is up to. And fucking Crollo, right? Because Crollo is looking for the fucking person, right? And Hisoka too. Where the fuck is he? Yeah, basically Hisoka, Crollo, and Sir. And is there more characters we already have seen beyond in this chapter? Is there more yeah, and fucking Jing and Person too, we need to see them. What the fuck are they up to? But yeah. Is there more characters? I don't think so. But yeah, this was the chapter. I'm fucking excited for the next one. I think it's going to come out next week or a couple of days, I don't know. But yeah, bye.